But do you even recognize me in blue / purple eyeshadow? Do you? Hey guys, welcome back. So today's tutorial is on this look here. This is my second tutorial on the Jaclyn Hill palette. I didn't want to do the usual browns and golds, even though there are a lot in this. I feel like there are going to be a ton of goldish browns, nice bronze, beautiful looks out there with this palette already, that I wanted to do something a little bit different and actually use the bright colours in it. If you haven't seen my last video using the palette, I'll link it below so you can check that out. I used the greens. I'm a changed woman. I don't even know who I am anymore with all these colourful eyes. So yeah, we went with a nice dewy highlighted skin as always. Went for a smoky eye with some colour. Colour. So anyway, let's just jump right into it and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use a little bit of the iconic London Drops. This is the shade Original, so it's that kind of a goldy shade, by the way. I'm well aware that my hands are not the same colour as my face or my neck. I didn't moisturise my hands before I did my tan, and then, you know, that happens. So what are you gonna do? Don't slate me, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of put some of this on. You're just gonna wanna go for that nice dewy skin, like always. So I'm just gonna rub this all over. If your skin is a bit more on the oilier side, you may not want to do this all over, because it's just going to make everything look a bit more shinier. Yeah, I know it looks crazy right now. I look like the Tin Man, or the Copper Man actually, if there was a Copper Man. But it's okay, because we're going to cover it. So I'm going to use the Clay Stick Foundation today from Tarte. I haven't used it in ages, so I'm going to use it today. I'm going to use the medium beige colour. Maybe this is a bit too dark. One actually mixed two. I'm going to use some of the Fairlight Neutral with it too, just to tone that down. This is a Tarte brush as well. It's just one of the flat top ones, like at an angle. I don't know, yeah, there's no name or number on it, but this is what it looks like. Every time I do my eyebrows first, I always complain about it, because then I'm left with trying to get around it, around the eyebrows without racking them. You would think I would just like do my foundation first and then the eyebrows, but no, I like to just complicate things for myself. And you already know what the next step's gonna be, so I don't even need to say. But I actually will mention, in case you're new to my channel, this is Shape Tape. I use it probably every single tutorial I ever made. But any tutorial lately, like in the last few months, has been with Shape Tape, because it's just so good. Just a Morphe beauty sponge then, just to blend that in. People often ask me about these, and I find them just as good as the beauty blender. They're definitely more of an affordable option too. Beauty blender is great, don't get me wrong. I have a few of them and I love them. But you know, if you're kind of working on a budget, then these ones are great. So before I contour, I'm going to use a cream contour, but I'm just going to lightly powder underneath the eyes, just because it creases here on me a lot. So just to set that before it starts to go crazy. And that was just the Next to Nothing powder from MAC. Now I'm going to cream contour today. I'm going to use the Clay Stick Foundation again, just in a darker colour. I'm going to use the Deep Honey. So we're just going to do the cheekbones. We'll do a little bit down the nose, just for fun. Just going to put a little bit around here. This spreads a lot, so I'm only doing a small bit, and let's do the jaw. This brush I'm using to blend it out with is a Morphe G40 brush. So it's just like, for me, this is the perfect size to blend it out with. And with contour, you want to kind of, it's more of a precise application, so you want to kind of keep it in the one area. So now what I'm going to do, just because I like to be extra bronzed, I'm just going to set that cream bronzer with a powder bronzer, and I'm using the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. So you can still see some of that kind of dewiness. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but I can see it here that I still have that nice dewiness in my skin because of these little drops that I used first. It's still kind of just coming through and reflecting, which I love. So usual, I'm just going to use a transition shade. So we're going to start off with this color here. And just like always, just using this as our transition shade into the crease. So it's just going to kind of help everything else blend after this. Go in with this one here. Oh, I forgot I have the names on these sheets. So the first color I used was called MFEO. Next color is Buns. And again, we're just gonna focus this into the crease. So now I'm going to use this one here. It's called Chip. By the way, the first brush I used is a Zoeva 228 brush, and the next brush I've been using is a blank canvas E42. So we're just really deepening into the crease. So as you can see, I like to go back and forth with the two different brushes, and I use this big brush, the first one that I use, in between every color, just to kind of help the blend and just kind of help each color run smoothly into the next color. So for the lid color, we're gonna go bright and colorful, which I don't usually do. But I told you I would do a blue or a purple shadow from the Jaclyn Hill palette, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use this color here. It's called Twerk, and we're gonna put this all over the lid. So I'm just gonna put this on first, see how the color comes out, and I may add some mix and medium on top and go back in with the color, but we'll just try this way first. It's actually going on quite well. There's a good pigment to it. Usually with like a shimmer shadow or anything like that, I'll always put a mix and medium down first. Okay, I don't even need to go in with any mix and medium, which I'm impressed by. So underneath, I'm just going to use good old trusty Marc Jacobs pencil in the black one. It's called Blacker. So I'm just going to go right into the waterline and along the lash line. And then just blending this out with a small brush. I'm going to use the colour Pukey to blend that out, so it's that kind of mustardy shade. Now I'm just gonna do my lashes. I'm gonna use, I haven't used this before, it's a L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. So let's give this a go and see how it works. Not bad. Not my favorite mascara, but it's okay. Now let's get these lashes on. So the lashes I'm using are Velour lashes in the style Strip Down. So they're just nice and wispy. So I'm just using the MAC brush stroke liner. It's just a little felt tip liner, and I'm just going to lightly line in here. So see here, there's a bit of a gap because you can see the lashes and then all of a sudden there's a gap. Just going to lightly line in here. You see that now, it's just kind of all pulled it together so you don't have that little gap. Now we're going to highlight the inner corner of the eye before I forget. What's this one? This one's called Beam. So it's this light shade here. Okay, so now our eyes are done. We're going to go back and finish the face. I'm just going to bronze again slightly because every time I do my eyes, or every time I do my face, then my face just doesn't look done enough. It's just because my eyes are so heavy today that I feel like my face needs to match that. Otherwise it just looks odd. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Warm Soul from MAC. I am not into colourful blush. But I like this because it adds like colour to the face without being like colourful, if that makes sense. And for my highlight, I'm going to use Rodeo Drive highlight from Ofra. And this little brush, I'm going to use it's a Sigma Strobing Fan Brush, an F42. Like, seriously. I wore this yesterday for the first time and I just know it's going to be one of my favorites. I just know. So I just finished that whole tutorial, did my lips, everything, talking to the camera, having a full-blown conversation, and then realised it wasn't even filming. So I was just sitting here talking to myself. Even though I kind of already am talking to myself, but I was even more so talking to myself because the camera wasn't on. So let's do that again. Lip liner I'm going to use is the NYX Nude Beige pencil. And then over that we're going to go in with a Fleshpot from MAC. It's super nude. That's why I'm just going to kind of mix these two together, but I'll show you what I do when I wear this colour. So, see how nude it is? Which I love, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit too nude by itself. So I'm going to go back in with the pencil and just kind of blend them together and tone the nudeness or the paleness down. So now it's a little bit more toned down. Still pretty nude, but I like it nude. I've paired this lipstick with the likes of like Stone Pencil or Cork Pencil. It goes really nice with them. But yeah, you can just kind of make your own colour with Fleshpot really. But anyways, that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you like the fact that I used blue eyeshadow because it'll probably be a while before you see me in blue eyeshadow again. But you know, I did it for the tube. But it's kind of pretty. I'm kind of into this. But it's kind of like a purpley blue. It's not like blue blue. I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know how it's gonna come off on camera, but you know, purple, blue, whatever you want to say. Anyway, if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.